Alright, all you race car fans, at least the ones that like cartoons as well. These are made by ChoroQ, and they're a pair of Audi R8s from the LeMans, 24 Hours of LeMans, although it's spelled LeMans, so I often say LeMans, even though French people say LeMans. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Okay, anyways, so we're going to start with this one. This is 2003 version. And unfortunately in 2003, Audi didn't win. I believe they lost out to a Bentley, a green Bentley. So, but here's a picture of it. I believe it qualified in first place, but I guess it didn't win the race. Alright, very neat. Get this packaging out of the way. Let's take a look here. So how old is this? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. This is from 2004. So these tires they got this weird film on it, but I find it's not an issue. You just gotta rub this white residue off and the tire is as good as new. So it's some weird oxidation effect, but it doesn't seem to degrade the tire. In fact, the tire is still quite rubbery, so that's good. Alright, well, looking at the wheels, they're pretty nice. They're not passing air, but they're really thin spokes, and they are similar to the real race car, so that's good. What is passing air, though, is right here. You can see some light shining through. That's pretty interesting. The stance is not as bad as most ChoroQs. Ideally, it would still be lower. Maybe I'll remove the wheels and just use some putty to lower the stance, but we'll figure that out later. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is light passing. Oh yeah, those are transparent. So this whole body is made of this dark smoked plastic, and then they painted everything. So that's why I like these ChoroQs. I find it interesting that they can paint this one piece to look like a car. You know, it's just white and silver, and then all these sponsors. It's really well done. These are tampo prints, they're not decals. Okay, and then this might be the first ChoroQ I've seen that actually has an indication of a driver. I don't have any other ones that have a person's head in it, so that's pretty neat. Alright, yeah, I can see all these details here. The vents above the wheel wells. I think these are real vents too. Yeah, so that's cool. The secondary seat, fuel fillers, I'm guessing. Bunch of NACA ducts. You'll see the silver paint on the wing here. And yeah, so I think that's pretty neat. Little canards. This side looks the same as the other. In the rear, yeah, some light indication, I guess. And then these vents here for the diffuser are real. You can see some light shining through in certain parts. So that's pretty impressive, really. Yeah, you can see the smoked plastic here. The white paint isn't covering the bottom. One screw and then one tab holding it together. Alright, pretty neat. So the next one, it's the next year apparently. I don't know if there was like a set of these. I'm imagining these must have come from a set. Let's see. So this is 2004 Team Go, and research tells me that they actually won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2004. So this is the race-winning car, number 5. Alright, let's look at this thing. I pulled up this picture because look how low this vehicle is. I mean, this thing is as high as like their mid-thigh. So it's a really low-slung vehicle. Okay, well, I guess it should be being a race car. Well, you'll see these wheels do match that photograph, you know, the multi-spokes there. It seems to be the exact same casting. It's just that the graphics are different, you know. These must be the Team Go graphics. I don't know, I assume Team Go might be a Japanese race team. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Both of these cars have Japanese flags, but that might be because the driver is Japanese? I don't know. Alright, so yeah. Smoked plastic again, I imagine. Let's see if we can see the pick through that wheel. Yeah. Alright, yeah. It's the same exact mold. 2004. Yeah. And then let's get this residue off. Alright. Now see, this wheel gap doesn't seem as bad as the other one. See? That's weird. Now why would that be? Why is this wheel on the left not being able to ride higher? So that's strange. I mean, I would imagine these bases are identical. Right? They look identical. Oh well. Guess we don't have to dwell on it so much right now. Let's compare it to a couple other models. Okay. I don't have these cars in a 1/64 scale, but I have this BMW V12 LMR made by ChoroQ. This raced in 1999, so it still has an open cockpit. And then I have this other ChoroQ from the 2009 season, and it's an Aston Martin LMP1. So now they have closed cockpits in 2009. Oh yeah, I can see the cartoonishness. Let me put one right next to this thing. It's maybe like 30% shorter, similar in width. Okay. Let's get a couple more Choro-Q or cartoonish looking vehicles out here. So I got, let's see, this Choro-Q is a Nissan R390 Gt1. I have this very obscure Mazda 252i. It's an RX-7 silhouette racer that tried to compete in LeMans, but it didn't qualify. It missed qualification by like 7.7 seconds, I think. Less than a second, sadly. Alright, but now the most famous one, I think, is the Mazda 787B that won the 24 Hours of Le Mans. I forget when. Maybe 1991 if I had to guess, but I don't know for sure. Alrighty, let's go to the top view here. So it's interesting that this car came before these Audis and it was a closed cockpit. Then afterwards, you know, with those 64 scales. Or actually I have one more, let me show you here. This is a Toyota TS010, and it has a fantasy livery from Kit Kat. It was part of a Kit Kat set apparently, and I swapped the wheels out to the Word C brand wheels, I think, and then all these other ones have 3D printed wheels of my own doing. What I was getting as a closed cockpit, open cockpit, closed cockpit. So the rules are always changing from the FIA, and all the companies are always trying to beat those rules. Alright, let's lose these other guys. And let's see, get my little Resin Works race car driver. So I really like these two because I love LMP racing. Exactly for those rule changes. You know, the shapes of these cars, at least in, you know, these decades, they changed quite a lot. It does seem like the last few years of Le Mans, all the cars look the same. So I guess it's getting harder and harder for all these car companies to, you know, read the rule books and try to cheat, well, not cheat, try to figure out the best way to beat the rule books. Alright. Alright, well anyways, hopefully I'll find some more Le Mans type vehicles from ChoroQ or really any other cartoonish brand, because I'll definitely get them. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.